money's great and all, and so is having a girlfriend, and so is being happy. Also, having a nice family is pretty cool. Hiking in mountains, pretty nice. Maybe starting your own company, pretty cool thing to do as well, right? So many cool things in the world. It's not just about money, but it's also not just about experiences. It's not just about being happy. It's about being sad. It's about experiencing the world, right? But at the end of the day, what do we all really want? Because, some people will say love, right? Some people will say, well, I just want to be accepted or be loved for who I am or something like that. And I felt that way for a long time. But then when I actually started to love myself and actually care about myself, I feel like I stopped wanting that from other people because, well, I was getting it from myself. So like, I didn't really need it from other people, right? So once you've got past that point of loving yourself, fully, truly loving yourself, and not needing it from the outside world, well, what is there left to want? Well, I was stuck in this hole for a little bit. But I was watching this YouTube video the other day, and it was by an old guy, maybe 70 or 80 or something. And it was about meditation and things like that. And he asked at the end of the video, he said, I'll leave you with this question. And what he said was, if you got to meet God, or you got to meet the creator of the universe, or whatever you want to call him, and you could ask him one question, just one question, not two, and he would tell you the answer. But you only got one question, and that was it. You never got another question ever again. What would you ask him? And then he ended the video. And I sat there and I thought for a while. I was down at the beach at that point. I was looking over the edge of the waterline. And the sun was coming down on the other side of the earth. The sun was setting, right? And it was a nice golden hue. I was just sitting there looking at people surfing, and I was thinking, man, like, what would I ask him? It's a really good question. Like, what would you ask the universe? What if you could know any truth? What would you want to know, right? And I sat there and I thought for a while. And maybe you guys are thinking about it right now. What will you ask him, right? But the conclusion I came to was I would ask, how can I have anything I want, right? Isn't that what you'd ask? Because you might want certain things right now, right? You might want to, if you're young, you might want to go travel the world. You might want to make money, you might want to have a hot girlfriend or whatever. But when you get older, you're going to want different things, right? You don't always want the same thing in life. And so, instead of giving the man the fish, you just teach him to fish. It's the same thing, right? So how can you get anything you want out of life? Like, how can you actually do anything you want to do? Like, because it's not about, once again, I said at the start of the video, it's not about money. It's not about success. It's not about impressing people or impressing yourself or achieving something or something like that, right? It's just about if you have the capability to get anything you want out of life. Like, let's say you say, I want this thing, and then you just get it. That's the ultimate goal, right? Because you can want anything. So how do you do that? How do you actually get anything you want in life? Well, let's say you're playing a video game, right? GTA, for example. Let's say you loaded into GTA and you had to get, I don't know, some car. I've never played GTA, right? But you had to get some car or something. And that was your mission. Get this car, get this house, or complete whatever the mission was. Well, what would you do? Well, you would just start trying. You wouldn't think about it. You wouldn't you wouldn't sit there and think, oh, wait, what are the other GTA characters going to think? Hold on a second. What if I embarrass myself by posting this video in my GTA Instagram, right? But you get where I'm going at, right? But anyway, you would just keep trying. You would die many times, and you would fail many times, and you just keep going and going and going and going, and you wouldn't have any fear in your mind. And why wouldn't you have any fear in your mind? You wouldn't have any fear in your mind because you know it's not real, right? You know you're not actually the GTA character, right? You know you're not actually in the video game. So there's no attachment to the result. You're just doing something over and over again until you succeed. And you're not, obviously you want the goal to come to fruition. That's why you're doing it. But you don't really care. You're not stressed out about it. You don't really care about what the consequences are if you don't actually get it because you know it's just a video game, right? You're just completely detached from the outcome. And I've been meditating, only for the last 2 days. I've started waking up at 4 a.m., I was already waking up at 4:44. I changed it to 4 a.m. I started having cold showers. I was already having cold showers, but I started having cold showers before I eat, and then meditate before I have breakfast, right? Before I would meditate, like, in the middle of the day. But this really changed the game for me. And I think doing this early meditation and waking up, like, and meditating at literally 4:30 in the morning while everyone in the near vicinity of you is sleeping, right? That's when you have the most energetic potential. I've said this in other videos, right? If there's no one around or no one awake, there's more energy there. More energy to be harvested. Anyway, doing this experience, look, keep in mind, I've done it twice. So, like, I want you guys to understand that it's shifted my mindset already so, like, not phenomenally. And I've done it twice. Like, I meditated twice for 20 minutes before the hour, like before the sunrise. So that's allegedly the best time, right? But ideally it's before people are awake, right? So you have to beat everyone to waking up and then meditate, right? Anyway, I've done it twice, okay? And I'm already, like, starting to have these new thoughts and new ideas, right? So it obviously works. But anyway, my point is, you are a GTA character. You are a player in the game. We get so stuck up on the idea that we exist, right? That we are someone, that we have some image that people think we are something, and we get so stuck up and scared about, like, oh, this is who I am, this is who people think I am, right? And don't worry, I do it too. Don't worry. I post on Instagram, and I don't really get too scared anymore, but I used to get very nervous about posting. But 6 months ago, I was a drug addict, right? I treated people badly. I was ruining my friendships. My family life was bad. I had no drive, no ambition, no passion for life. I was just kind of drifting around. But here I am now, waking up at 4 a.m., having cold showers, meditating, going to the gym straight away, working on my personal brand, studying, right, and having the fearlessness to literally just quit my job and eat into my savings because I believe in myself so much. And now I have all these people messaging me saying, man, like, how'd you do it? Like, why weren't you, like, what's the secret? Like, people ask me, like, oh, what's your routine? Or, like, how do you overcome the fear of posting? And sometimes people will just message me, say, oh, good job, man, keep going. Look, I appreciate it, and I'm appreciative of everyone, you know, showing support and asking me questions and stuff and wanting advice. But at the end of the day, no one was giving me support 6 months ago, right? No one was asking for my advice 6 months ago. No one was asking, hey, man, how can I be a drug addict and do nothing with my life, bro? It's really motivational. How can I do that? Right? Of course, no one was asking that. So what's my point? My point is, I'm not the same person that I was 6 months ago. So you get so stuck up on the idea that you even exist and you can completely change who you are in 6 months. And you're worried about, oh, what do people think of me? What if I look dumb? What if I fail this thing? And you get so stuck up on trying to define your existence and define who you are and attaching these external things to the image of who you are. When you're nothing, you're not real. You don't exist. We're not, we are just like, look at me, right? And do this to yourself as well. Just touch your face, right? We are just like a walking skin, walking machine thing, exoskeleton thing that's just been gifted life. And we just come down to earth and experience, right? And we see out of these two eyes here, and we eat, and we breathe, and we hear, right? But what are we really? There's a brain in here, and we've got a central nervous system that runs down our body, right? If I was to throw a punch at you, you would react immediately, right? Did you have to think about that reaction? Did you have to think in your mind, oh, he's throwing a punch at me now, so I'm probably gonna block it really quick. Well, how about this one? If you're still watching the video, thank you. It's probably gonna be Trev, maybe a few others, but guys, try this right now, and I'm gonna try it too. All right, we're all gonna hold our breaths on the count of 3, and we're going to kill ourselves. Okay? Ready? Yeah, we're not actually going to try and do that, right? But imagine, if you hold your breath right now, and you don't breathe again, and you try to kill yourself. You can't do it. It's not possible. Unless I tied a rope around my neck or something, or like suffocated myself, then I would die. But at some point, my body would take over, and my mind wouldn't be able to tell my body what to do. Right? So who are we really this guy right here? So you're claiming you're in control of this dude right here, but you can't actually tell him what to do? Well, listen, like, you're not in control. You are not this thing, this flesh thing. This flesh thing is just a body experiencing the world with a central nervous system. It has reactions. It sees a hot girl. It gets aroused. It sees some yummy food. It gets hungry. Somebody threatens its loved ones and it gets angry, right? It's just a skin suit. What you are is the awareness of the perception through this skin suit. You are the awareness of the thoughts that are happening in your mind. Because at the end of the day, what is a thought? Okay? What is a thought? Well, you might say, oh, it's words. Well, is it really words? Because a German person speaks and thinks, and when they think in German. And when I think in English. So are thoughts words? Well, you would think that the same thought would have the exact same word, right? But it doesn't. It has a different language, right? So what is language? Language is just energy comes into your mind. You get an emotion, or you get a feeling, or you get some energetic something, and your brain perceives it. And then the different languages are different cultures saying this feeling, this perception, this emotion is this word. You know, in English, it might be mad or sad. I don't know. I don't know any other languages, guys. I'm sorry. But you get what I'm saying, right? So my point is, I've forgotten what I was saying. Hold on. I was cooking. My point was, yes, okay. So my point was, you are just the consciousness, right? So you're not the thoughts, right? The thoughts are just energy in your brain that we give a label, right? And that's still your central nervous system perceiving something, right? That's still just stuff happening in your brain. And you think you're this guy here, but really you're this guy here. You're just above. You're just right above and behind. And you're just observing everything that's happening. Just like I'm observing myself make this video. And we get so caught up on the idea that we are this physical person and that we're not the thing right behind it, just sitting right behind it, that we get so attached to ourselves, so attached to our goals, so attached to what people think of us, so attached to everything in the whole external world, that we never achieve anything. And why can we never achieve anything? Because we're so scared to take a move. Think about it again, right back to the GTA thing. If you were in a GTA and you had to just do some mission to get something that you wanted, you wouldn't worry about it. Why would you worry about it? Of course you wouldn't worry about it, because it's a video game. It's not who you are, because you're not defining your self-worth based on this GTA character, right? Unless you're some like real fucking like gamer nerd weird guy who like dies in GTA and then starts crying or something, right? Then maybe like, but no people aren't like that. And what I'm saying is, you are in the video game right now, and you've forgotten that you're just a character. And the way to remember and realize that, because it's all good and well, me just saying this, right? Obviously, I can say this forever, and I could say anything I wanted, right? But it's all good and well for me to say this. But you need to believe it for yourself, because once you believe it for yourself, you can just detach from the outcome. Stop worrying about what's going to happen and just play the game, enjoy the game, love the game, right? Because how do you do that? Actually, I'm going to say how you do that after I say this one next thing, right? Because I was so like, oh, I don't want to study math. I can't, like, I want to do personal branding right now, and I'm trying to post on social media, but I have to finish this degree, and I don't want to study. Who's I? I'm going to start a personal brand. Who the fuck is I? Like, it's just like my body wants to do this one thing. I'll start a personal brand. So then I'm like, oh, I gotta go do it. Like, okay, great. like, we'll go do it, but fucking chill. Like, what are you gonna just like dip off out of uni, and just forget about that? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? So how could I like? Because I was resenting studying maths. I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to fucking do this shit. Oh, this isn't me anymore. This isn't who I am. Like, who's I? There's no I. It's all just one experience, and you are the guy behind the experience. So then I could enjoy it again, and I stopped resenting it because I realized it's all just one experience. Starting a personal brand is no better. Like, posting reels are no better than studying maths, which is no better than becoming a doctor, which is no better than being a nurse. It's all just a experience that you can have, right? And we tie some importance to each experience based on like the emotions we feel from it and like the wow, the right? Because obviously I've been studying maths for a while and like it's fucking math. It's kind of hard and boring, right? But then let's like post an Instagram reel and then like people are gonna like it and comment and oh my god, like well, I got 10 comments and 1,000 views. Like this means so much, and it's all this dopamine, right? So my brain is like conflating the dopamine to importance. You get what I'm saying? When in reality, once again, that's just me basing myself and thinking that I'm the central nervous system and not the observer, right? And that's why another reason you got to stop doing things that are so like dopaminergic and so like engaging and enjoyable if you really want to like step back out of your central, because every time you do something that's super enjoyable you and like super like enthralling, like for example watching porn or like having a wank or like doing drugs or like eating like super high sugar food or like listening to like techno. I love techno, right? But I'm trying to only listen to classical music right now. Well, I'm not trying. I am only listening to classical music right now, starting as of yesterday. And man, I've been moving different in the gym, listening to fucking Mozart and shit. But anyway, that's beside the point. All these things that are so stimulating and so rewarding, they tie you in and they buy you into the fact that makes you believe like, oh, I'm my central nervous system, because your central nervous system gets to enjoy this thing and it's like, whoa, this is so good. And you forget, you get like sucked into it and you forget that you're this guy back here, right? And then it gets sucked in so much that then you just start moving with it and you start following whatever is going to give you the best reaction and make you feel the most motivated or the most fulfilled or whatever. Like, all of these things are just experiences and they go away. They don't stay around forever. And normally at the start of them, they're more like exciting and more engaging, right? So my point is, once you realize that you are just the dude behind, then the whole thing is equally as enjoyable because it's all just an experience. You stop tying all your feelings and all your emotions into the experience, and you just enjoy the experience, whether you're sad, whether you're happy, whether you're bored, whether you're angry. It's all just one big blanket experience and you're not attached to it. It's like playing a video game. You would have an equal amount of fun time playing a video game if you were getting chased and dying and getting shot and killed as you would if you were like winning the mission or something. It wouldn't make a difference because it's all part of the experience and you just get to experience. You wouldn't favor one over the other, right? Like in a video game, you only try not to die so you can't complete the mission, right? But like, for example, if you're in GTA, sometimes you might just like start shooting up the place and like try to get like 5 stars because it's fun and it's enjoyable. I'm not saying to do that in real life, right? But you get what I'm saying. You just enjoy the experience whether or not, like, you don't care about what the character's perspective is. Like, obviously the character wouldn't want to be running from the police and getting shot, right? But you don't care because you're just the one playing the game and experiencing it, right? So that's my point. So how can you do that? Meditation, guys. Please start. If you're still watching this video, we're like nearly 20 minutes in. If you're still watching this video, please, tomorrow morning, just wake up, okay? Whatever, if you're watching this right before you go to bed, just honestly just get a bit less sleep. Like, get an hour less sleep, right? Than you're going to get. If you're not, then plan your day a bit different accordingly, right? Wake up an hour earlier than you normally do. Okay, because obviously you don't need to start spam waking up at 4 a.m., right? But just wake up an hour earlier than you normally do, okay? Don't eat breakfast yet. Have a cold shower. And then once you've had a cold shower, meditate immediately after. Like, put some warm clothes on and then start meditating. And just sit there and let all the thoughts leave your mind. And you need to sit there for a while. It's not going to happen straight away. But you sit there for a good 10 minutes, especially when it's really early in the morning. That's when it's just like a different level. You sit there and then you will realize, oh my God, I am not my physical body. And when you experience that, it's all great and all me saying it, right? But when you experience that and you truly believe it, it changes your perspective on everything, I promise. You will become so less detached to everything. Not just the goal you're trying to achieve, everything. It all just becomes an experience and just like a ride and something to like muse about. It's no longer like serious. You no longer care so much, but in the best way possible. You no longer care, so then you're willing to just go out and do anything, and you're not scared to do it, right? And yeah, so try it out. Meditation, please try it out if you're still watching. Maybe no one's watching up to this point. Sometimes actually, I think to myself, I was just thinking that before when I was making this video like a few minutes ago. Sometimes I think, well, am I just talking to myself? Like, am I just like sitting here in front of the camera and literally just talking to myself? But once again, what is talking to myself? Who's me? Who's myself? I'm not real. Like, I'm just like this skin suit making noise, right? I'm like coming up with thoughts and speaking them out. And then my consciousness is hearing them and like experiencing its own thoughts, right? So even if no one watches up to this point, I'm literally just like doing 20 minutes of self-reflection every night, right? Or 20 minutes of like conveying my thoughts and just like sitting in them and thinking about them and being immersed in them. So obviously, I hope people are watching because I feel like this is useful. But even if no one is, I'm still taking the W, bro. And anyway, so yeah, please meditate, cold shower, and then meditate. Experience the fact that you're not the skin suit, and everything will change, I promise. And yeah, if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. If not, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.